I graduated from American University in May 2010. I entered a very difficult job field back in May 2010. And after about a year, I actually decided to go back to school and sort of wait out the recession. And I came back to American University and did a Master's of Science in Biology and graduated May 2013, and then began my job hunt. And 4 months after I graduated, I began working at TV Alliance in New York City, where I actually still work 7 years later.
Could you tell us a little bit about trends in your field that you think our graduating students should consider when they are now preparing for graduation and for job search?
Sure. So, as a biology student myself, I think the big trend that's changed is obviously related to COVID. So if you are at all interested in infectious diseases, the development of tools that fight infectious diseases is going to be, in my opinion, a booming business for the next, 5, 10, maybe more years.
Could you share something, maybe specific tips that worked for you?
Sure. So I think one thing is to just stay as organized as you can. So for me, I created a spreadsheet, and I made sure that I had the name of the organization or company that I applied to, and then the date, and then I had another column just for follow-ups. So on a specific date, I'd make sure that I followed up with, whether it was an email, whether it was a contact, whether it was a phone call. Just make sure that you give an appropriate amount of time, and then you follow up with each contact, organization, job application, etc. And then just keep track of it in a spreadsheet. It's really the best way to stay organized. I would say it's very important to send thank you notes, and you can even send thank you notes to people, anyone who helped you. So if it was at an interview, the person that showed you to the conference room, they deserve a thank you note. Things like that get noticed. So I would make sure that you're sending those. And specifically, if you've gotten to the interview stage of a job application, I would prepare the answers to some hard questions ahead of time. Question that comes up in pretty much every interview is, could you describe your own weaknesses? Have an answer ready, and one that is as true as possible, but still giving yourself an understandable leg up during the interview. So I'd say those are my sort of quick top level tips for getting a job.
Thank you so much. Very, very good tips.